what's up, everybody? Space Marines 2 just launched, and I'm going to talk a little bit about the PvP in the game. So, the PvP is very basic, but very fun. It might be fun because it's brand new, or it's just super simple. It looks great, super simple. You have 6 classes to choose from, and you get a team of, at tops, 6 to 6v6. Alright, so let's talk about some of the classes inside PvP. There's tactical, there's assault, there's vanguard, there's bulwark, there's sniper, there's heavy. So for tactical, the tactical is auspic scan. Temporary reveals an enemy location to your entire team, and they take amplified damage. They can also carry 2 grenades instead of 1. And they have a good list of a lot of weapons in the actual game. They're pretty good, but they're mostly like a mid-range support scout type of character. They're not the one that's going to be in the front line. They're one that's going to peek around corners and try and reveal enemies to their team and take out enemies that get really aggressive. The assault is your frontline shock trooper. So the assault has the jump pack. This jump pack is really cool. Unfortunately, because they only have 2 armor, they're one of the lightest classes in the game. So they can't really take much of a beating inside of PvP. So with the jump pack, you have 2 different uses of the jump pack. You can either do so you can use the enhanced dash or dodge that will cover more distance, or if you hold your special button, you will go into the air and then you can actually activate a slam down melee attack, which is extremely powerful and can take around half of an HP bar of an enemy. They're also the only class that can use the Thunder Hammer. So if you like the Thunder Hammer, that's the class to go with. The Vanguard. The Vanguard has the grapple hook, the grapnel launcher. So this is really good. It allows you to reposition very easily, very quickly throughout the map. And if you target over an enemy, it actually temporarily stuns them, which is very powerful in a team setting. So if you have a teammate actually shooting or fighting another Space Marine, you can use that grapnel launcher. They will not be able to do anything while they're stunned. You have the Bulwark. Bulwark has the chapter banner, and he has a shield, so you can hold your parry and block button. And you can hold this up, and any frontal attacks with bullets will just be completely nullified with a shield. And the chapter banner will regenerate the armor of nearby allies and yourself, which is really good for keeping your team alive and actually healing your team up. The sniper has the camo cloak. The camo cloak is really good, especially in PvP, where they can barely see you at all. This camo cloak is almost perfect invisibility. I've had instances where I've walked up to people and just shot them in the face with the SMG and had the same done to me, and they just do not know you're there. And the heavy has the heavy bolter, the multi-melta, and a heavy plasma. Also has the Iron Halo, has no melee weapon, is probably the second tankiest character in the game compared to the Bulwark. So Iron Halo will block against any ranged attacks, along with having 4 armor class. This guy is a tank. He's only beaten out by the Bulwark because the Bulwark can actually just hold up his shield button and block most bullets. But this guy is really powerful considering he's the one with basically the minigun in the game. Alright, so how does the PvP actually play? The PvP is very basic, very simple, and that's probably going to be enjoyable for some people. It's not too complicated. Teamwork is going to win on picking an OP character because everyone has the same class choice. All the classes have just slight variations to what they're actually capable of. So it's going to rely mostly on teamwork. You can change your class in-game by just opening your menu and selecting the change class. So once you get a feel for the game, you'll actually understand a bit about the counters and weaknesses of certain classes and what they're actually good at. Like the tactical is your long-range scout support character. The Vanguard is supposed to be there to like stun single targets so your team can take them down. The Bulwark is supposed to be the front line, scouting ahead and using their chapter banner to help teammates out, and using the shield to block incoming fire and draw aggro from enemies. The Heavy is there to be very tanky and actually lay down a bunch of covering fire. All the classes have their own unique playstyles, and just depends on which one fits you the best. Which one do you like to play as the best? Personally, I like the Assault and the Vanguard just because of how mobile they are. I do enjoy playing the Bulwark and the Heavy every now and then, but that's just me. Even if you start the game out, some classes may seem a little OP compared to others, but you have to understand that some of the classes actually have full counters for them. Yeah, if it seems like a class is overpowered, if it seems like a class is overpowered, it might just be that that class countered your class. But there's also a counter to that class. Like if you think the Heavy is actually impenetrable, then using melee attacks against them is actually its weakness. So getting up in its face and using some melee attacks against them is a way to deal with them. One thing that works in the campaign and the co-op that doesn't work in PvP is the parry system. They introduced this parry system and it just does not work at all, which is really weird, but I guess I understand. If it would just render melee so obsolete if they could parry with it. So in Space Marines 2 roadmap, they did say they're going to add more PvP types. It might just be PvP arenas, or it might be actual PvP game modes. I'm not sure about that, but that's something to look forward to. They only started the game with 3 game types. So because of that, as the game goes on and they update major patches for the game, there might be a little more variation, but for now, they did not release much. But for now, they did not release much as far as PvP goes. All right, so overall, the PvP is pretty solid. The PvP is pretty solid. It is enjoyable. Maybe just for a time, it might be enjoyable. It might get boring after a while because it is Space Marines. Like it feels like everyone's wearing just a big suit of armor the entire time, so it is pretty slow, but can be pretty intense at the same time. But yeah, I just wanted to talk a little bit about the PvP in Space Marines 2. I'm having fun with it. And yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this, leave a follow, leave a sub, and I'll see you next time. Peace.